Tapos yung travel mo 2023 is 13 times. You travel 13 times abroad. Who sponsored you? How can you afford to travel 13 times in just 1 year? You're not anymore an official of the government. This is an official travel. Oh, where did you get? Where did you get? Ma'am? Oh, you want to have an executive session?
No, Your Honor.
No? Also, answer me. Always I said in contempt.
I paid for it, Your Honor.
Yeah, you paid for it. How much is your, ano? How much is your, can you provide us?
Ang ticket po namin is Philippine-Japan,
Kaya nga,
Your Honor.
Huwag mo nga akong lituhin, ma'am. Ang tinatanong ko, malapit ka na, ma'am. Ang tinatanong ko kanina, yung ticket mo is only Philippine-Japan. Sabi mo hindi. Philippine-Japan, US. You get a ticket in Japan for US. Sige nga. Kasi you're lying, ma'am.
No, Mr. Chair.
You are lying. Now, question, your ticket. Anong airplane? Ito, ano lang to, Mr. Chair, for the record, but I moved to cite in contempt because the resource person is evading.
There is
Mr. Chair.
Okay, before I rule.
Before
Okay,
that,
is that
dali lang.
an amendment to the motion?
No, yes. Perhaps, please listen to my questions first before we act on the motion of my co-chair who is angry now.
Okay. So, will Congressman Abante propound questions to Colonel Garma?
Mr.
Chairman,
Chairman,
thank
we
you.
have,
Mr.
I think
Chairman.
we have a pending motion, Mr.
No,
Chairman.
I am just
We just have to,
clarifying. 1 minute
to follow the
suspension.
rules first.
Oh, Mr. Chair, I accede to the motion of...
Mr. Chairman, just to clarify, the violation of Ms. Garma is refusal to answer query.
Hearing is suspended.
Suspended.
Congressman Paduano.
Hindi, just interjection, Mr. Chair, with regards to the query made by Congressman Kit Flores to Colonel Leonardo. Colonel Leonardo, ano po? So, again, you deny that you know Colonel Padilla.
Opo, na-meet ko lang po.
Okay. Ito na naman. Tinatanong, please answer me directly. Colonel, please.
Opo, Mr. Chair.
Do you know CO3 Jake Carabe? Oh, yan na naman. Hindi mo na matandaan.
Naalala ko po.
Oh, kilala mo?
Kilala ko po. Member po siya ng club namin po.
Oh. Member ng
Member po ng club ng...
Colonel Padilla, do you know CO3 Jake Carabe?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now you know Jake Carabe, but you don't know Colonel Padilla, CO3 Carabe. Alam ko na po yung kwento, Colonel. Better cooperate. Oh, now you're telling this committee that you know Jake Carabe because of the club, but you never know personally Superintendent Padilla. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, as for now, doon lang po muna. Let us see in the next hearing.
Okay, thank you, Congressman Paduano. The next to interpolate is Congressman Rog Gutierrez. You are recognized.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, karamihan ng katanungan ko po ay natanong na, but I still have a few siguro to clarify, and I won't belabor any of the points previously raised. I'd like to direct my questions po to Commissioner Leonardo, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, alam ko po siguro na banggit nyo na rin po na isagot nyo yung ibang mga katanungan dito, pero just to really test the witness and to really, see how consistent yung narrative is po. Can you relate to us po yung history of your career from the PNPA up to this incident when you were CIDG for the region?
From the PNP, Mr. Chair, upon graduation, I we were assigned at Special Action Force sir, to undergo training. And then 1998, Mr. Chair, I was assigned in November of 1998, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Chair. I was assigned in Compostela Valley Province, Mr. Chair. And then I stayed there for 3 years, and after 2 years, I was reassigned back to Camp Crame CIDG for a short period, Mr. Chair. And then I was reassigned to CIDG 11 2001, Mr. Chair. And then I've been transferred from different region like ARMM Region 10, and then back to Manila for a short period again, and then back again to Davao in 2008, Mr. Chair. Then on 2014 to 2015, Mr. Chair, if I'm not mistaken, I was reassigned back to NCRPO. And then in Manila, Mr. Chair. And then July of 2016, I was reassigned back to Region 11 CIDG, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So to clarify po, no, you've been na-destino po kayo sa Davao, Region 11, around 3 times, 3 separate periods. You have the CIDG 11 in 2001, and you were assigned in Region 11 in 2008, and then back to Region 11 in 2016. Tama po ba?
Opo, Mr. Tama po.
Aggregate, how many years po kayo sa Davao?
Sa Davao po, since 1998, kasi pabalik-balik po, more or less, nasa mga more than 10 years po. Tansya ko lang po yun.
More than 10 years po. Of course, you were not regional director yet then. I assume this is different positions, was most of the time CIDG po talaga. Tama po ba?
Mostly CIDG po ang pinakamahaba sa career ko as PNP member, Mr. Chair.
Pasensya na po for the clarification. Di po ako kasi familiar with the organization of the PNP. Kapag po kayo ay CIDG, I understand merong region and meron rin po sa city. Were you assigned to the city for some time?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Anong
Davao
period
City.
po? Davao City mismo. Ito po ba yung sinasabi po ninyo na 2008 or yung 2001?
2001, hindi po ako chief, pero sa region po ng
Region.
CIDG. Pero located in Davao City rin po yan.
Opo. Iba yung kampo po nung iba yung location ng CIDG region, tapos yung CIDG city, or within the same campo ba?
Magkalapit lang po.
Magkalapit.
Almost, magkalapit lang po.
Okay. So 2001 sa region po kayo na-assign. Yung 2008 po, is this in the city or sa region?
2008, city po.
City naman po
City.
to. And of course, yung 2016, regional head na po ito.
Regional
Regional head, region 11. Thank you. But in all these cases, Mr. Chair, the office is within Davao City po talaga. So you'd say, parang native ka na rin po ng Davao. Is that safe to assume?
I reside po in Davao, Mr. Chair.
Tubong Davao po talaga kayo, Mr. Chair.
Tondo, Manila po. But upon graduation, dun po ako nakapag-asawa, dun na rin po ako nagsettle, Mr. Chair.
So upon graduation.
Upon graduation.
So that would be 1998, correct po, Mr. Chair?
Opo, Mr. Chair.
So from 1998 up to now, you hold residence in Davao. Tama po ba?
Sa Davao, Tagum po muna eh. Natira po muna ako sa Tagum City. And then,
Which is not far, Mr. Chair.
2000, yeah po. Province po ng Davao region.
Okay. So 1998 up until now, Tagum area, Davao area. So sa Davao area na po talaga.
Davao po ako nakatira.
Davao talaga.
Up to now, Mr. Chair.
Tubong Tondo. So from 1998 to now, although you were assigned in Davao, close to home, since doon na po yung residence nyo, from 2011, 2001, 2008, 2016, pabalik-balik po kayo sa Davao. When you were assigned in ARM, assigned in Region 10,
Opo.
when you were assigned in Crame, you would go
Yes
back
po,
to
Mr.
Davao.
Chair.
Would you know, Mr. Chair, kung bakit po kayo na-assign sa Davao? Is this something like yung nabanggit ni Colonel Garma na you have 3 choices of regions? or upon whose selection this is?
Doon pa, pinapili po kami ng mga region din. Ganun din po ang nangyari sa akin. Luckily na napunta po ako, Region 11, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, curious lang po ako sa kultura ng PNPA. I understand very close-knit group po kayo. And there's a term po, no? Ano yung tawag po ninyo as a group? Mista po ba yun? Or
Bok po, karamihan po sa amin, Bok po ang tawagan po namin, Mr.
wala po?
Chair.
Is there a name, I understand, na as a collective group? Lakan? Something like that? Tama po?
Lakan, kasi po parang pinag-isa po yun. Kasi may yung pong gender, equality. So, it was decided that we address each other Lakan po. Pero Bok pa rin po, pagka magkakakilala. It's more practicable para sa amin yung Bok, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. So, BOC naman. So, generally close po ang mga cadet ng PNPA. In a batch, for example, gano'ng karami po kayo in 1998?
Ako po kasi original 1996, nakagraduate po ako 1998.
Bakit
So,
po?
meron po akong lacking requirement po during that time.
So, for
For
originally
98 po, I think more than 300 po kami nung gumraduate po.
300 po. And maybe ask Colonel Garma for 90, ano po kayo, 97?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ilan po kayo na batchmates?
Pumasok po kami, mabot po kami ng more than 350. Then we graduated mga 176, I think, Your Honor.
So, very elite few lang po, no? PNPA. Usually, marami na po siguro yung 300. And in 1997, konting nga pala po, 176. And going up and down, usually ang maabutan nyo is how many years of batches po? 4 years up, 3 years up, 3 years down. Would that be a fair statement?
Nung time po namin, ang abutan po namin, yung senior sa amin at saka yung junior sa amin. Yung alimbawa po, sa case namin, ako po 96, ang inabutan ko po yung 97. Tapos yung 95 naman po yung upper class namin.
So, so usually just 1 year up, 1 year down. Yun yung mga kahalubilo po ninyo sa PNP.
Yes po, nung time po kasi namin ay 2 years pa lang po.
2 years po. Okay. So in that case, we're looking at most 3 batches at a time na at least magkasama. And nagkaabutan po kayo ni Colonel Garma. I see. I mean, the point was belabored na magkakilala naman po kayo, magkaibigan, and understandably as batchmates in the PNPA. Pero may I ask, during your stint po, let's be specific, yung nangyari po itong incident in 2016, ilan po kayong batch 97, 98 na-assign sa Davao?
If I remembered it correctly, Mr. Che, parang sa 98, parang 10 po. More or less 10 po.
Mga 10 lang po. And yung sa 97?
Mr. Chair, noong 2016, before my schooling, I think parang 4 lang ata kami, Mr. Chair. Yes.
So yung magkakaabutan from PNPA to be assigned in a certain area, sobrang slim po yung chances nun, no? Kasi from 300, konti na lang po kayo sa batch. At most 300, 170. And of course, assigned to the different regions. Of course, it makes sense na kung with the officership being distributed, konti lang po yun. Mabibilang sa yung dalawang kamay kung sino po yung mga kasama nyo na classmate in the area at any given time.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, would that just be coincidence po siguro? In the way that the allegations have fallen upon, I'll ask po si Colonel Leonardo, sa opinion niya po. Ano po yung iyong opinion sa mga paratang na nandun po sa sinumpang salaysay ni, I believe yung sa iyo po, nabanggit po kayo ni Mr. Tan. How do you react to that? You deny it outright po, no?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Would you have any idea po kaya, Mr. Chair, kung how would he even know your name? Or bakit kayo pa, of all the people in Davao, kayo pa po yung naituro ni Mr. Tan?
I have no idea, Mr. Chair, kung bakit binabanggit niya yung pangalan ko, Mr. Chair.
And together with Colonel Leonardo, si Mr. Tan also mentioned in his affidavit, paragraphs 3, 16, 17 also pointed to Colonel Garma. Colonel Garma, may I ask you po, would you have any idea bakit kayo po yung tinuturo ni Mr. Tan?
Hindi ko rin po alam, Mr. Chair.
So sa affidavit po ni Mr. Tan, nakachamba po siya ng dalawang PNPA na batch 97, 98 na nagsama sa Davao. Coincidentally lang po.
Mr. Chair, I do not know his intention, Mr. Chair.
Well, I think it's not just si Mr. Tan po, no? Kahit well, of course, si Mr. Fortaleza hindi na po yung chamba. For him to mention you, Colonel Garma, from paragraphs 2 to 8, syempre kilala po kayo. Kayo po ay classmates, no? So I don't think there's any doubt. As to the motives of Mr. Fortaleza, that's yet for us to decide. But for Mr. Padilla po, who has nothing to do exactly with the PNP structure, he's mentioned you multiple times from paragraphs 5 to 10. And siguro naman po ito hindi chamba because you admitted to, although you don't admit to the facts in his sinumpang salaysay, you admit to knowing him, so it's not a coincidence po naman siguro. Would that be a fair statement, Colonel Garma?
It's not a fair statement, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Can you explain po?
He lied on the first hearing. The second hearing, because he was detained, might be he realized that sa kanya lahat ang siyang may kasalanan. He need a fall guy. And it's easy to just blend on the facts presented during the first hearing. And it's easy to say he feared his life, Mr. Chair.
In the same way that he said he feared his life because of you.
Hindi po ako nakakatakot, Mr. Chair. Perception lang nila yun, pero hindi po ako nakakatakot.
Well, I'll take your statement as it is po. And I agree. Tama rin naman po. But that's why we're here. We take our evidences together and we assess them as a committee. Yet, you can only talk about the statement of Mr. Padilla. But how do we account for the statements of Mr. Tan, Mr. Andy, that would pin you? How do we take into consideration the statement of Mr. Las Cañas that has pinned both of you, coincidentally, to Lacan, Box, in Davao, coincidentally natagpo? And how do we now explain the coincidence also that you both face cases with the ICC? That's not a question, sorry. I'm just wondering here po, no? Because, like we said po, the basis for our evidence here, it's a he said, she said thing. But there are a lot of hymns saying that she did it. And there's only her saying that she did not. In the case of Mr. Leonard, of course, he's also saying that he did not. I think that's just something for us to consider moving forward. We're not saying this with finality, pero again, as with the seems to be the theme of this committee hearing, maraming coincidences abound. And I think I would have more questions, but I'll reserve it for a future time. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Ms. Garma. Thank you, Commissioner Leonardo.
Thank you, Congressman Gutierrez. Before we call the next interpolator, meron lang akong interjection may tanong lang ako kay Colonel Leonardo. Colonel Leonardo, anong class mo sa PNPA?
Class 96 po originally, but I graduated 98 na po, Mr. Chair.
98. And what was the reason why you graduated in 1998?
Nagkaroon po ako ng kaso, Mr. Chair.
May we know ano yung case?
Na-implicate po ako sa isang murder case.
Murder case. But you were
Sa
still
Tondo.
a student. Nasa academy ka pa noon.
Opo, Mr. Chair.
So when you were in the academy, meron nang na-implicate ka na sa isang murder case.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So that's why na-turn back ka and then you graduated 1998.
Hindi po ako na-turn back actually, Mr. Chair. Sinatisfy ko lang po nung maklear po yung aking pangalan. August 1997 na po kasi yon. So, kaya pinagraduate na po ako ng 98 finally, Mr. Chair.
So na-delay lang, na-delay lang. But you were still inside the academy.
During the time I was clearing my name, sir, wala po. Nasa ano po.
Okay. Sige.
Nasa labas po ako, Mr. Chair.
Now, one more question. Kasi binabasa ko yung mga affidavits, no? Ano kaya kaya ang maaring dahilan, no, na o motibo ni Superintendent Padilla in mentioning your name, Colonel Leonardo? Ano kaya ang motibo niya?
Hindi ko po alam, Mr. Chair. Wala po akong...
How about you, Colonel Garma? Ano kaya ang motibo? Bakit binanggit ang pangalan nyo ni Colonel Padilla at saka ni Jimmy Fortaleza sa kanyang sinumpaang salaysay?
Parang nasagot ko po kay Representative Gutierrez po kanina.
Sige
I
nga,
felt-
pakisagot mo nga ulit. Ano yung maaaring motibo?
Sa tingin ko, Mr. Chair, during the first hearing, na-realize niya na siya ang most guilty. And then, he needs to find a way to escape from that. Feeling ko lang, tingin ko as I watch the first hearing, Mr. Chair. And it's easy to point na ako o si Sir because na-mention ako ni Jimmy Fortaleza, Mr. Chair. And as to Jimmy Fortaleza, I can remember during our visitation, humihingi siya ng tulong sa akin na makalabas siya. Presidential pardon or whatever. And I told him, I cannot do anything. Gawin mo lang papel mo, kumuha ka na abogado mo, and then isubmit mo. But I'm not the one who decides for that. Yan lang po sinabi ko. Humingi siya ng tulong sa akin na matulungan ko siya. Siguro dahil hindi ko siya natulungan, possible. And in fact, nung umalis pa nga kami, nagbigay pa nga kami ng pera sa kanya, tinulungan namin siya. Dahil naawa kami siya, nasa loob po siya. Nag-ambagan pa kami, 3 magka-classmate. We gave him money so he can survive inside. So I think yun po ang tingin ko lang po. No, I don't have evidence. I don't know how, anong takbo ng utak niya, what happened after. But for me, yan lang yung maisip kong bakit nakarating po kami sa ganitong sitwasyon, Mr. Chair.
So yun lang ang tingin nyong maring dahilan kung bakit nabanggit ni Colonel Padilla at ni Jimmy Fortaleza ang inyong pangalan sa kanilang salaysay.
For me, Mr. Chair, yun yung tingin ko po on my part, Mr. Chair.
Pwede bang matanong ko si Superintendent Padilla? Colonel Padilla, anong motibo? Bakit nyo po, meron ho ba kayong motibo kung ba't nyo nabanggit si Colonel Leonardo at saka si Colonel Garma dito sa inyong sinumpaang salaysay?
Wala po akong motibo, Your Honor. But I knew them through Jimmy Fortaleza.
So nakilala nyo sila, yung kanilang mga pangalan because of Jimmy Fortaleza.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, si Jimmy, narinig mo yung sagot ni Colonel Garma na maaaring ang motibo mo dahil ikaw daw ay humingi ng tulong at hindi kanya natulungan. Anong masasabi mo naman doon?
Your Honor, nung unang punta po nila dun sa Dapicol, actually wala pa kaming number ni Garma. Nagulat na lang ako, pumunta sila doon at binisita ako. Nung pagbisita niya, ang tinanong niya kung nasaan ba, nasaan po ba yung mga yung mga Chinese? At sinabi ko sa kanya, nandyan sa foreigners quarter. Sabi ko, bakit Bok? Sabi niya sa akin, meron kasi kaming operation dyan.
Okay. Yun ang pagkakasabi sa'yo.
Opo.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Chair, baka pwedeng sumingit na
Congressman,
kaso lang.
sige,
I
Congressman
hope,
Fernandez.
in the indulgence of the next interpellator. Kasi, Colonel Padilla, I still remember the last time that, the first time that we have invited you here, you have mentioned si Inspector Poro. Sinabi niya that kayo ang nag-order, but in your affidavit, sinabi mo that na out of loop ka na doon sa usapan. Di ba? Meron kasi binabanggit na ganito, di ba, na hindi mo na nalaman. At as a matter of fact, andun ka sa quarters mo nung mangyari yung krimen,
Yes,
di ba?
Your Honor. It was happened Saturday and it was my rest day.
At ang binabanggit mo during that time, kasi nga, ang sinasabi namin yung command responsibility, di ba? Pero you were insisting, not executing pa yung second affidavit mo, you were insisting that it was indeed yung si guard commander, si Poro, ang siyang nag-order na ilipat yung dalawang PDL kasama nung tatlong Chinese. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor. In fact, it was written in the blatter logbook by the ship
Yes, and
commander.
I got yung blatter report mo na nandito. Di ba? Kasi you submitted it to us nung kinuha ko. At ang sinasabi mo na hindi mo na alam yung naging desisyon because apparently it took you so long para implement yung order nila. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
At in other words, parang sinasabi mo dito na tong si Inspector Poro acted on his own. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Can we invite Poro? Can you kindly sit down here? Ay, nga. Sorry, sir. Sorry, Chairman. Tapusin ko na po to. Inspector Poro, kasi sinasabi mo during that time na si Colonel Padilla ang nag-utos sa'yo. Pero sa kanyang affidavit na sinumpaan ngayon, sinasabi niya na hindi niya na nalaman yung order kasi nga nainip na sila doon sa usapan na i-implement niya yung pagpatay doon sa tatlo. And according to him, ikaw ang nagdesisyon. Now, ngayon, ang tanong ko sa'yo, Inspector Poro, sino nag-utos sa'yo? Since hindi ka inutusan ni Colonel Padilla, sino ang nag-utos sa'yo para papasukin yung dalawang PDLs kasama yung tatlong Chinese nationals?
Si Superintendent Padilla po, Your
Paninindigan mo pa rin?
Honor. Opo.
Ha?
Opo, Your Honor.
Talagang ang sasabihin mo si Colonel Padilla pa rin?
Yes, opo, Your Honor.
Ha? So, meron kang written order coming from General Padilla?
Verbal order po, Your Honor.
What?
Verbal order po.
Ano na? Verbal?
Verbal order po, yes.
O how can you prove to us na yung verbal utos sa iyo? Paano mo papatunayan sa amin?
Ang totoo po yan, Your Honor, mayroong siyang inutusan na empleyado rin po.
Sino yung inutusan niya?
Si Officer Landro Hasim.
Okay.
Nung ginawa ko yung report ko, Your Honor, sa office, nung nadala na sa loob yung mga Chinese, dumating itong si Landro Hasim sa akin, sa opisina. Sabi niya, sir, mayroong instruction si Sir Jerry. Ipagsama yun sa isang silda yung Chinese at saka yung dalawang PDL natin. Dahil doon, tinawag ko ngayon yung ship commander, Mr. Villajos. Sabi ko sa kanya, ilagay mo sa isang silda yung tatlong Chinese at saka yung dalawang PDL natin, si Magdadaro at saka si Tan. Tapos doon, Your Honor, nung natapos ko na yung report ko, kasi nga Sabado man yun, hindi man hapon na, yung mga confiscated items na na-confiscate, dinala ko doon sa bahay ni Sir Jerry
Okay,
Padilla.
Inspector Poro, in the hierarchy of the decision making, pang-ilang ka sa
Pangatlo po,
pagdivision?
pangatlo, Your Honor.
Pangatlo ka.
Opo.
Ang deputy si Quinto.
Opo.
Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Opo.
Ngayon, sinabi sa iyo nung taong yon,
Yes, Your
di
Honor.
ba, na ilipat yung dalawa doon sa Chinese.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bilang the third highest ranking official doon sa colony. Bakit hindi mo sinabi kay Quinto? Ba't hindi mo siya kinausap?
Noong panahon na yun, Your Honor, on leave, dito sa
Sino ang leave?
NBP na yun si...
Sino ang leave?
Sa NBP noon na may OB pala si si Quinto, si Pialis Quinto.
Oh.
Siya, naka-OB sa NBP, kaya wala siya. Noong panahon na yun,
At
Your
ito
Honor.
naman,
Si Sir Jerry, doon sa bahay nila.
ba't hindi mo siya tinawagan?
Hindi, pagkatapos yun, Your Honor, ito, pagkatapos na bigyan ko ng instruction yung ship commander, mayroon ng instruction...
Tanong ko lang sa iyo, Poro,
Opo.
bakit hindi mo siya tinawagan? Since andun naman pala siya sa quarters, ba't hindi ka nag-report sa kanya?
Your Honor, please.
Alam mo, Inspector Poro, mag-isip-isip ka muna, ha? Bago ka sumagot, ha?
Sir,
Kasi,
please.
Mr. Chairman, tingin ko, itong taong to, may kinalaman. At dahil hindi na nga ma-implement, at ayaw nang implement ni Colonel Padilla, ayaw na implement ni Colonel Padilla. Kaya nga niya pinatagal. ito ang taong itong kinontak para mag-implement doon sa loob. So, mag-ingat-ingat ka, Inspector. Inspector Poro, no? Kasi kapag hindi mo inayos yung mga sagot mo dito, sisiguraduhin namin sa susunod, maiiwan ka dito sa kongresong ito. Okay? Sige, Mr. Chairman, maraming salamat.
Thank you, Congressman Fernandez.
You want to speak?
Yes, normal, pwede bang pagpaliwanag lang po?
Anong sasagutin mo?
Kasi nung una, di ba natapos ka na yung report ko, may instruction na dalhin ko sa bahay ni Sir Jerry yung mga confiscated items. Pagdating doon, Your Honor, tinanong niya ako nilagay mo ba sa isang selda yung mga PDL at saka yung...
Sino nagtanong sa'yo?
Si Sir Jerry.
Oh,
Tinanong niya ako,
alam mo, kanina kausap mo yung isa na inutusan niya. Tapos ngayon sasabihin mo siya.
paghatid
Alam mo,
ko po-
Mr. Chairman,
Sir,
stop talking. No? I think this person, Mr. Chairman, is also lying. And I think this is the person that they contacted inside. Because, pwede siya, he is the third highest ranking official. Makakarekta ka na Andun siya Ba't hindi mo nirekta? Ito ang missing link natin dito, Mr. Chairman. Itong si Inspector Poro. And ingatan mo pagsasagot mo dahil mamaya tatanungin ka pa namin ulit. Mr. Chairman, that's it muna for the meantime.
Thank you, Congressman Fernandez, for your very short interjection. So tuloy ko lang. Tuloy ko lang ulit yung isang tanong ko kay... Kasi kanina, nung tinanong ko si Colonel Garma kung ano yung maaaring motibo ni Jimmy Fortaleza at saka ni Colonel Superintendent Padilla, ang sinagot mo, correct me if I'm wrong Colonel Garma, ang sinagot mo ay dahil sila ang most guilty. Tama ba yun? Sinabi mo?
Mr. Chair, it appears dun sa, nung nanood ako nung first, was that
So
first
yun ang basihan mo kung bakit sila si Colonel Padilla ang guilty, most guilty.
The way po tumakbo yung committee hearing, that's how I assess.
And because you think that Colonel Padilla is the most guilty, naguhugas siya ng kamay kaya kanya binanggit at saka si Colonel Leonardo?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yun ang basihan mo.
Yes, Mr. Yun ang tingin ko po sa sitwasyon during that time. Nanonood po ako, Mr. Chair.
Okay, sige. Maraming salamat. The next to interpellate is Congressman Zia Alonto Adjong. You are recognized.
A'udhu billahi minasyaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Before I ask my question, I'd like to first make a request, Mr. Chair. I was listening to the line of questioning and the exchanges between Representative Chino Almario when he was asking about the affidavit of Mr. Fortaleza. Mr. Jimmy Fortaleza, tama po yung pagkarinig ko that GM Garma called you and told you in exact words doon sa affidavit mo na tulungan sila kasi meron silang ipapagawa sa iyo.
Wala sir, walang ganyan na tulungan
Sino
sila.
po yung tumawag kanina na you were saying about a phone number or text?
Actually sir,
Ano po yung text? Di ba sa affidavit mo? Text ba yun o tawag? Ikaw ba?
ano na yun sir, later part na yun.
Oh yeah.
Yes sir.
So, yun nga. That's what I'm trying to ask you.
Ang hingi lang ang una sir, yung tawag ni Colonel Garma, ang sabi niya sa akin, Bok, okay na, nag-usap na kami. Ako na bala, may mga tao kami dyan sa loob. Then, ang next niya na request sa akin, sabi niya sa akin na baka pwede daw dalhan ng pagkain yung mga tao nila na Bartolina.
Was this intimated to you through text, tawag, or in person?
Tawag po, Your Honor.
Tawag.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, tawag. So, Mr. Chair, I think GM Garma, just to be fair, she denied that ever making that calls to Mr. Fortaleza. And Mr. Fortaleza, in response to the denial of GM Garma, said that he had the number. Kasi tinanong po kanina ni Congressman Chino almaryo kung nag-pop up o nag-appear yung pangalan doon sa cellphone. Now, Mr. Chair, I know this happened couple of years ago, but there's in fact a way for us to really confirm and determine whether these calls were made. Just to prove that isa sa kanila ang nagsasabi ng totoo. Because if we rely on their the testimony, it's his words against his. So may I request, Mr. Chair, that we request, if possible, no? I don't know how they can retrieve this, but there's a way to retrieve those calls, because I believe the NTC or the Telcom might be able, they can help us in order to secure or at least to confirm whether these calls were ever made in the time that Mr. Fortaleza told this committee that it happened sometime during I think 2016, when these 3 foreign nationals, Chinese nationals, were killed inside the Davao penal colony, Mr. Chair. So I move,
Yeah,
Mr.
okay.
Chair, I move that we request from NTC a record
Yes.
of that call, of that text, and of that number to verify whether such calls were even been made, Mr.
Okay, COMSEC, you are directed to coordinate with the telco and the NTC as to the records of the phone call made in 2016 on those dates that was mentioned in the affidavit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Now, I would like to direct my questions to...
Congressman Adyong, just for a moment. What is this about?
It's all about the phone.
It is about...
With the indulgence of Congressman Adjong, just a short question lang po. Former Major Fortaleza, yung cellphone mo ngayon na hawak at saka yung number mo is the same number and cellphone? Pero matandaan mo pa yung number mo noon?
Hindi na po, sir.
So iba na yung number mo?
Matagal na po yun, sir. Matagal.
Dahil, okay, that was 2016, so hindi na.
No, sir.
But of course, siguro naman, yung number ni Colonel Garma at the time is a public. Di ba?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Possible,
so-
sir. Possible.
Ano yon? Ang kanya ba, prepaid o...
I have no idea, sir.
The time, are you still using your number since 2016? That was August.
No, Your Honor.
So may bago ka ng cellphone.
Yes, Your Honor.
But yung cellphone mo ba dati, ito I just want to caution you, you're under oath.
Yes, Your Honor.
During the 2016 ba may prepaid ka ba o ano?
Prepaid lahat po yung phone ko, Your...
Sorry?
Prepaid po lahat ang phone ko, Your Honor.
Prepaid lahat. Yung phone mo.
Yes, Your Honor.
If we can check on sa Smart at saka sa Globe, the time kasi Smart at Globe lang.
Prepaid.
Na indeed you're not using prepaid. Na may postpaid ka.
As far as I remember, prepaid.
Hindi kaya nga.
Yes.
Simple na naman tinatanong kita may postpaid ka ba? Wala. Hindi mo matandaan na naman?
So far, wala po akong postpaid
Oh,
during that time, Your
Now,
Honor.
ang sinasabi ko lang po, hindi pwede sa amin dito na hawak-hawak mong cellphone, hindi mo alam kung nagpa-postpaid ka.
Prepaid po, Your Honor.
Prepaid. But kung ma-prove ko na you have a postpaid, anong gawin natin?
2016 prepaid po ang phone ko, Your
Hindi nga
Honor.
Sinasabi mo na ngayon, what if I can prove it that you have a postpaid? Anong gawin natin? So you're lying. I will cite you in contempt.
No,
This
Mr.
committee-
Chair. Meron pa akong postpaid, may prepaid pa ako.
Yun
but
na nga
during that
eh.
time,
Hindi.
okay.
Sandali.
Yes,
You're not yet
yes, Your
recognized by the
Honor.
chairman. Let me finish first.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Again, sinasabi ko lang po, I just like to warn you, kanina sabi mo prepaid. Na ngayon nang winard kita, sabi mo naman, dalawang ginagamit mo, may postpaid, may prepaid. O ano ba talaga? Do you have a postpaid?
Can I...
No. Just answer me yes or no. Do we have a postpaid or not? None.
Nagkaroon po ako ng postpaid
Oh,
at
yun.
prepaid, Mr. Chair.
Oh, yun. Now, postpaid mo ano? Globe o Smart? Oh, ito na naman, no? Simple na yan. Dalawa lang naman eh. Kasi yung isang telco ngayon, lately lang yan. Ba't hindi mo masagot, Smart or Globe?
I think it's Globe, Mr. Chair.
O Globe? Sigurado ka?
I'm not sure. I think, Mr.
Kaya
Chair.
na naman, pipili ka lang. Colonel Garma, this is now your last chance. Pag ako magtanong, ayusin mo po, please.
Yes, Mr.
Kasi
Chair.
don't force me to cite you in contempt. Kasi ang tanong ko, simpleng-simple lang po. Ako, kahit ever since, alam ko kung anong postpaid ko, kahit 2010 pa, kahit 2001, matandaan ko po kung smart ba o Globe. Now, again, let me rephrase my question. Ano po, inamin mo na, may postpaid kayo. Ano po yung postpaid mo?
Both po, meron po akong Globe and
Oh,
Smart
mayroon ka Globe and Smart.
during my stay
Okay.
po.
Now, Mr. Chairman, I joined the motion made by Congressman Adjong for the NTC to submit all the calls during the time. August, no, Mr. Chairman, can I amend if,
Please.
yeah, records from 2015 to 2017, Mr. Chairman, because that was the time when it's Congress Chairman ako mamaya. Because during the time 2015 at saka 2017 doon po yung yung Davao model po. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. Congressman Adjong, please proceed.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I'd like to ask both our resource persons, perhaps this goes to both of you po. Wala naman kung kayong problema, wala naman kung kayong neurological problem or anything like that. Wala naman kung kayong problema sa, you may be suffering from memory loss, selective memory loss, wala naman po, no? Kung tatanungin ko po kayo sa mga previous na mga pangyayari, based doon po sa kanilang affidavit, matatandaan nyo naman po kung anong eksaktong year, kung anong eksaktong circumstance, yung taon na nagsilbi po kayo as CIDG Director sa Davao and you as Davao City Police. No? Tama po ba?
Yes,
Okay.
Your
Oh,
Honor.
yeah, because as I was following the line of questioning, marami po tayong hindi natatandaan. So I'm just trying to make that very, very clear. I'll start with Commissioner Leonardo. Have you also availed of an optional retirement?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So pareho talaga kayo ni GM Garma.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Kasi, Mr. Chair, I was actually listening to the questions kanina and there seems to be a parallelism, no? Magkapareho talaga. Yung pinoint out ni DSJJ. So, both of you serve as in the police agency, in law enforcement agency. Both of you have served in the same area. Both of you have landed to a more, it's an attractive positions, I would really say. And at a very short period of time. Now, I heard about the word coincidence earlier was mentioned. But you know, Mr. Chair, I don't believe in coincidence if there are close similarities between the two of you. You both have been linked, mentioned, in the ICC. Both of you have served in the span of time when the Oplan Tokhang and the double barrel was being implemented aggressively. And both of you also, in the very short span of time, have transferred from one position to another. I was listening earlier, Mr. Chair, to the timeline when current Commissioner Leonardo was appointed as director and then for a few months appointed as undersecretary and after a while appointed to the commission. Similarly, Police Colonel Rowena Garma decided to avail of the optional retirement in advance and was appointed as general manager. The point that I'm trying to say, Mr. Chair, is what they're telling this committee is that everything happened accidentally. Na parang yung affidavits din po nung tatlong si Mr. Fortaleza, si Chief Superintendent Padilla, and si Mr. Tan and Magdadaro are all product of their own imagination. Kasi hindi ho nila pinapatunayan. Do you still maintain that position na hindi ho totoo yung mga affidavits nila? Itong apat na tao na ito na hindi naman magkakamag-anak? Na hindi naman nag-work together? I'll start with you po, Commissioner Leonardo. Do you still say na hindi po totoo yung sa affidavit po na silaysay na pinirmahan ng apat po na mga resource persons natin dito? You were here, no? Last committee hearing, no?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So would you say na hindi totoo yung sinasabi po nila na yung involvement po ninyo, your name was mentioned in the case of these three for nationals, no, for Chinese nationals were killed inside the selda. Tama po ba?
Opo, hindi po totoo.
Hindi po
Mr.
totoo.
Chair.
Kayo din po, Police Colonel GM Garma, para sa inyo hindi po totoo yan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hindi po talaga totoo. So, ibig sabihin, gawa-gawa po nila. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kayo po, Commissioner Leonardo, gawa-gawa din po nila ito.
Palagay ko po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Okay, so, yung bilang CIDG, the regional director po, is it part of your jurisdiction to supervise or monitor the Davao Prison Colony?
Hindi po, Mr. Chair.
Tama, no? Hindi. But your office is closer to how far is the CIDG regional office to Davao Colony?
Estimate lang po, Mr. Chair. Probably around 40 to 50 kilometers, Mr. Chair.
So, hindi naman ho kayong... So, hindi, pupunta po kayo doon sa Davao Prison Colony?
Nakapunta po ako doon.
Okay. So, sinasabi nga po ninyo na hindi nyo namit nyo po ba si Jimmy Fortaleza, si Mr. Magdadaro, Mr. Tan, at saka si Chief Superintendent Padilla?
Nung time na yun, hindi po, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
Kayo po, GM, Garma, kilala niyo po yung dalawa? Si Mr. Tan, si Mr. Magdadaro?
No, Your Honor.
Si Jimmy Fortaleza lang yung kilala niyo dahil kabok niyo, no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Opo. Paano po, Mr. Chair, Colonel Rowena Garma, kilala niyo po si Chief Superintendent Padilla, Bucor.
Yeah, I met him, Your Honor.
Ilang beses po?
Once only, Your Honor.
Okay. Pero yung dalawa, hindi niyo po na-meet?
Hindi po, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Mr. Chair, gusto kong tanungin si Leopoldo Tan. Kilala niyo ho ba si Commissioner Leopoldo? Leonardo? Bago po nangyari yung sinasabi niyo pong insidente?
Sa pangalan lang po.
Okay.
Dahil sa...
Pero hindi niyo po na-meet?
Hindi po.
Okay. Kayo po, Mr. Magdadaro?
Hindi po namin na-meet po.
Okay. Pero hindi niyo siya kilala? Ito yung pangalan na hindi niyo naririnig parate?
Opo.
Okay. Hindi ko natatanungin si Jimmy Fortaleza at saka si Padilla kasi meron natang mga okasyon. What is so confusing, Mr. Chair, is that all of these four individuals mentioned these names. At hindi naman pupunta si Commissioner Leonardo. According to him, hindi naman siya bumibisita palagi sa Davao Penal Code, Penal Farm kasi medyo malayo at saka hindi sa jurisdiction niya. Si GM naman, Garma, although kilala niya si Jimmy Fortaleza, ay hindi rin niya kilala itong dalawa. For an average-minded person, how can four individuals who don't share rooms together, who don't work together, happens to mention these two names? Citing a specific case, a specific circumstance, a specific date. Unless there are a Pulitzer writer na maniniwala ako sa imagination nila, para sa akin, Mr. Chair, it's quite impossible for an ordinary-minded person to come up with the same story. I don't think they are too endowed with their imagination to come up with that kind of story involving specific names, individuals na hindi naman kilala. And what's so striking, Mr. Chair, is that it happened at the height of the Oplan, Tokhang, and subsequently the double barrel. Now, I'd like to ask po, kasi marami pong similarities eh. Hindi ako naniniwala. Ano sabihin pa ba natin na coincidence yung imagination nila, nag-isip-isip silang tatlo? Pare-pareho, nag-corroborate yung kanilang testimonies? I don't think so. That's not a coincidence for me. So, wag nyo na rin pong sabihin na maybe that's all coincidence. So now, I'd like to ask you po, Commissioner Leonardo, kanina po, tinatanong po kayo kung naging successful ba para sa inyo yung Oplang Tokhang and yung double barrel. Gusto ko lang pong marinig uli sa inyo.
In general po, successful po para sa
Pag
akin.
sinabi niyo pong successful, you stick your life to it, you really believe and you really support, no? Pag sinabi mong successful, of course, bakit mo sasabihin successful isang bagay kung hindi ka naman sumusuporta? Tama po ba?
Tama po.
Okay, so you really support. Kayo po, Colonel Garma, would you say that the war on drugs at the time was really successful?
I don't think so, Mr. Chair.
So you don't think so?
Um,
How many deaths again
po-
have we recorded during your stay in Cebu City? You don't think the war on drugs, let's be specific about it because I heard you responding to the question na let's not call it war on drugs because we don't use that. Okay, let's use the terminology under your policy at that time. It's Tokhang, Oplan Tokhang, and Oplan Double Barrel. So which of these two policies, no, or yung program, do you think is more successful or both of them are successful?
Mr. Chair, yung Tokhang po, parang hindi ko pa naabutan, hindi pa yun, I think, na-implement.
No,
It's
it's okay.
more on police operations and patrol po.
Okay, I'll
yung-
give you that. That's a fair
Yes, sir.
response. But I'll give you that. Do you think being part of the previous administration, would you say that it was successful?
As far as my stint in Cebu City as city director, I think it is successful based on the feedback of the people in the community, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so now my second question is, Mr. Chair, I'd like to take advantage of the presence of our Dean here, Attorney Dean Shell Jokno. Umalis na ba? Yes. Pasensya na po, Dean Jokno. Medyo napatagal po yung pag-aantay ng ano. I'd like to ask po, Mr. Chair, if I may be allowed. Dean, you are very, you follow, no? You super, minomonitor niyo po yung war on drugs, no? Yung casualties, no? Tama po ba yon, Mr. Chair, Dean?
Yes, Mr. Chair and Your Honor.
Yeah.
Since the war on drugs began, my organization, the Free Legal Assistance Group, ay talagang minamanman po namin yung mga pangyayari sa war on drugs.
Okay. Dean, do you have in the way, yung work po ninyo, meron ho ba kayong kunan na data kung ilan po yung mga napaslang, yung those who weren't given or accorded with the due right of at least man lang makita the day of in court, especially those who have been killed na mga inosente. May number po ba kayo, Mr. Chair? Din.
Kami po ay naghain ng isang petisyon sa Supreme Court noong 2017 or 2018 at lumabas sa isang extended resolution ng court na sa unang 17 months pa lang ng war on drugs, that is from July 1, 2016 up to the end of November 2017, 20,322 Filipinos were killed in the war on drugs. So yun palang unang 17 buwan po ng war on drugs.
Mr. Chair, Adin, can we categorize or do you have at least, meron po tayong categorization kasi alam ko may napatay po yung pandanlaban, yung official police operation, and then meron po yung nasabi po nating namatay na vigilante type of killing. Ito po yung sinasabi nilang DDS type. Kanina, Congressman Flores was asking Commissioner Leonardo yung DDS. Ito po yung DDS type of killing. Ito po yung mga vigilante na nakamask na hindi kilala at namamatay at mostly ang mga nagiging biktima just randomly. Just killing every spraying. Maski sino ang nandyan, nagkataon lang, malas ka lang pag nandyan ka sa kalsada. Kaya nga po, may namamatay na mga 9 years old, 14 years old. Ilan po ba ang, Mr. Chair, Dean, if I may, sa inyo pong palagay, alam ko wala ko kayong record ngayon, but can you at least give us a estimated number of those innocent civilians who have died and considered to be in the police report as collateral damage?
Well, ito po ang masasabi ko po. In the resolution of the Supreme Court citing the 2017 year-end accomplishment report ng Office of the President, of the 20,322 killed, 3,967 were killed in anti-drug operations. So kasama na po doon yung mga sinasabing nanlaban. While 16,355 homicide cases were under investigation, yun naman po ay kasama doon yung mga riding in tandem at yung iba't ibang mga vigilante type na killing.
Thank you po. Thank you very much, Dean. I'd like to ask po, Attorney Conti, you also do have a number of killed or victims of the double barrel in Oplan Tokhang.
Yes, Your
Am
Honor.
I correct?
Yes,
Can you
Your Honor.
also, do you also have similar number as what our good Dean here
Yes,
intimated to this committee?
Yes, actually, Your Honor, the numbers that we have are segregated according to first, deaths during police operations. And the number that we have officially from #RealNumbersPH is 6,252 dead from police operations. According to our previous sessions, Your Honor, this number has reached 7,000 as of the end of the term of President Duterte. The other category of killings, the DDS type killings, the extrajudicial killings, is officially, I believe, classified as deaths under investigation or homicides under investigation. And Your Honor, the number actually I have for deaths under investigation is 29,000 according to the spokesperson of the Philippine National Police, Colonel Bernard Balak, as of March 2019. That is why, Your Honor, the number of dead range from 12,000 up to 30,000 from official sources. Even the CHR, the United Nations Office of Human Rights, of the High Commissioner on Human Rights, and the International Criminal Court, Your Honor, are looking at these numbers.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So may I confirm also from Attorney Conti, because in previous committee hearings you were you were present during before the formation of the Quadcom. I believe you already had discussion on the AJK. Can you refresh the memory of this committee members? This committee, how many of those killed were innocent? At least give us just a...
Well, Your Honor, legally, the 29,000 would be innocent because they were killed outside of legal processes. They have not been proven guilty or convicted in any court, or nor has any evidence been presented against them. In fact, in the course of the war on drugs,
yes.
everybody would be considered innocent.
Well, so what about, let me paraphrase my question just to be clear about it, no? Kasi may namatay naman po na mga drug pushers o sinasabi. But the collateral damage, I would say, yung sinasabi po nilang hindi part doon sa nila, doon sa warrant nila, pero namatay, no? Tulad ni Kian de los Santos, yung mga ganun pong mga klaseng individual. Do you have the number?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, we don't have these numbers. It would be the PNP
Yes.
who can clarify.
That is correct. Thank you, Attorney Conti. Because that is correct. Because in the documents that we requested, ang number po nila is 400 plus, no? 400 plus doon. So now, I'll go back to Commissioner Leonardo. Do you also consider the death of these innocent civilians as a sign of success?
Hindi po. Hindi po successful pagka.
Okay. So, let me ask you again. Do you think that the war on drugs of the previous administration is successful or not?
In general po, successful.
No, but you cannot qualify. Kasi tinanong kita, do you stick your life to it? Sabi mo, oh, you support that. Now, you are qualifying again. So let me ask you, do you think this collateral damage can just simply set aside? Or, let me ask you again, generally, sabi mo, is it successful? It's a success. But we cannot also discount the fact that there were countless victims, died, innocent civilians. As a police officer, because your motto is to serve and protect, right? Am I correct? And as a commissioner now of NAPOLCOM, I'm sure that before you arrive, the NBank, before you arrive as part of your job, kaya nga tinatanong ko kung may selective amnesia ka kasi mahirap po pag hindi mo natatandaan yung mga facts at yung mga dates kasi importante po yan sa trabaho mo. Hindi ho ba? Na before you arrive into adopt a resolution of the NBank, you really have to look at the data because you're like a quasi-judicial because you are rendering decision on the police officers that are facing administrative cases, right? So, tanungin kita, do you think the death of these civilians is a barometer or a measurement of the success of what you just said and admitted itong tokhang?
Hindi po.
Okay.
Hindi po.
Sir Chair, the reason why I'm pointing that out because unang-una, kung babalikan po natin yung mga kasagutan ni Colonel Garma at saka Commissioner Leonardo, dahil mukhang lahat ito ay gawa-gawa daw ng kanilang katanghisip ng apat na ito at coincidence lahat. Kung titingnan natin po yung parallel na yung career path po nila, I don't think it's a coincidence. I think there's a reason why both of you were preferred over any other possible individuals who are, sorry to say, who are more qualified than in the case when in the time that you were appointed as a director of the biodiversity. There are qualified individuals, a pool of experts that are more qualified with expertise, experience to the position, and yet you were chosen. And after how many months, you were then moved up to as a undersecretary of DNR. And subsequently, now you landed as one of the commissioners of the NAPOLCOM. And also, in the career path of Colonel Garma, both of them, by the way, availed of the optional retirement advance, the same case. I think both of you are preferred. I think both of you are favorably chosen. And both of you also supported the war on drugs. And both of you have said that it is successful. And unfortunately, Mr. Chair, with all due respect, Commissioner Leonardo and GM Garma, these 4 resource persons here, we have already established that it's impossible for them to come out with the same detailing, same instance, mentioning the same names, na unang-una kayo mismo nagsabi, imposibleng kilala nila kayo, imposibleng nagkaka-interact kayo. Alam po, mahirap pong paniwalaan yung ganun eh. Yung biglang maiisip lang nila, hindi, baka itong person na ito nangyari. I mean, all of these affidavits corroborated each other. So, my point, Mr. Chair, is that I think your position now, and I'm sorry to say this, but this is my personal take. You were given that position precisely because you have done something that actually is worthy of, I don't know, from the previous administration's point of view. Na worthy kayo bigyan ng ganyan. I'm sorry to say, but there are many of the official, marami pong pool of experts, but the question really is, bakit po kayo? And to me, the only explanation that I can derive at, after listening to all your responses, I think you're preferred. And I think the positions that you have handled, with all due respect, yes, nag-serve po kayo sa gobyerno, and you may be decorated officers, but those are not just the primary consideration. I think the primary consideration is because you have supported the war on drugs, and you are preferred. Kasi pareho po yung track ng inyong profession and career. That's all, Mr. Speaker, and thank you very much for the opportunity. Maraming salamat po din sorry.
Thank you, Congressman Adjong.
Sorry, I just want to be official. I-address ko lang po. Dean ng Lasal. Yes. Si Dean Jokno po. Attorney Jokno and Tony Conti. Marami pong salamat, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Adjong. Additional question lang kay Colonel Leonardo. Colonel, you have not stated the reason why you opted for an early retirement. Can you state for the record, ano yung reason ba't ka nag-retire na maaga?
In view of my appointment as Undersecretary, Mr. Chair.
So you were appointed first before you resigned?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
So hindi yung kagaya kay Colonel Garma
Yes.
na active service siya, nag-apply siya, hinihintay niya na papalitan yung Balutan, General Balutan. So yung sa inyo, nag-resign na kayo.
Pagka-appoint po sa akin, automatic po considered resign po ako sa PNP, Mr. Chair.
So did you not think twice about accepting the position na alam mo naman na coterminus lang yan compared dun sa position na kernel ka na, pwede kang magkaroon ng estrella, maging general ka soon because of your sterling record in the Philippine National Police, di ba? So, hindi ka ba nagdalawang isip nung in-offer sa iyo yung pagiging USEC na kailangan mo mag-resign? Sayang yung career mo sa ilang taong career mo na binuhos sa Philippine National Police. Hindi ka ba nagdalawang isip doon?
Nagdalawang isip din po, Mr. Chair.
Bukod dyan, wala na ibang rason kung bakit ka nag-retire.
Wala na po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Sige, thank you. Salamat. The next to interpolate is our co-chair, Congressman Paduano. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, during the previous hearing, the name Colonel Grijaldo was mentioned, no? But unfortunately, the Grijaldo, as per my information, the Grijaldo present in today's hearing was class 2000. So, Mr. Chairman, can we excuse, pasensya na po.
So
Pasensya na po.
you are not the Colonel Grijaldo that was once the Chief of Police of the City of Mandaluyong?
I'm not, sir.
Okay. And is there another Grijaldo in the Philippine National Police?
The one mentioned by our resource speaker, sir, Ma'am Garma, Hector Grijaldo, Police Colonel, is my elder brother, sir.
Okay. Underclass. Upper
Upper
class.
class. Upper
Yes.
class mo.
Yes, sir, he's class 97, I'm class 2000, and he is my elder brother, sir.
Elder brother mo.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. So, Mr. Chairman, can we excuse Colonel Grijaldo now?
Since you are not the Chief of Police of Mandaluyong, you are now excused.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, please proceed.
Pasensya na po.
Paduano.
Okay, let me proceed, Mr. Chairman. Let me start with the visit of Colonel Garma and company doon po sa Dapicol. So, paki-state nga ulit, Colonel Garma, ma'am, kung sino-sino yung mga kasama mo doon na kaklase no ni Jimmy Fortaleza.
Colonel Roland Villela and Colonel Hector Grijaldo, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
So, tatlo lang kayo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Former Major Jimmy Fortaleza, do you confirm that statement of Colonel Garma?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so tatlo. So, Grijaldo and Bilila. Tama.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yung
Yes,
Bilila,
Mr.
yun
Chair.
yung former husband mo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yung Grijaldo,
A classmate, Your
kaklase
Honor.
mo. Yung former husband mo, ex mo, is kaklase mo rin.
Yes, Your
Now,
Honor.
saan ngayon naka-assign si Grijaldo? Colonel Grijaldo.
I think, Your Honor, Pideg, Your Honor,
Pedegwer.
Kamkrame, based in Kamkrame.
Anybody from the Philippine National Police? General, do you confirm? Please.
Yes, Your Honor, sir.
So you confirm. And do you also confirm that during the ambush of former Brigadier General Barayoga, he was then the Chief of Police? Do you have records on that?
I do not have any information to that incident, sir. With
Okay.
regard to the ambush of...
Can you furnish this committee
Yes,
Uh,
Mr. Chair, sir.
the data when that ambush happened?
Yes, Mr. Chair, sir. We will do.
Okay. Since, Mr. Chairman, since Colonel Grijaldo is not around, maybe we can ask him on the next hearing. But before I proceed to my next question, Ma'am Garma, during the ambush of former General Barayoga, which is class 83, di ba? Class 83 siya.
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Ayan ka na naman.
Hindi ko lang, maybe...
Ikaw, ma'am, please. Kasi simpleng-simpleng tanong. Because that time, do you confirm that he is the corporate secretary?
Yes,
of
Your Honor.
PCSO?
He's our board secretary.
So you don't know? Namatay na yung corporate secretary mo? You don't even know that he is class 83? Simpleng-simpleng tanong lang po. That was in the news. Alam ko nga eh. Bakit nag-evade ka? Simple question. Again I warn you. I might cite you in contempt. Oh, do you confirm na he's a class 83? Classmate? Okay, ito na lang.
A classmate of our chairman. So
Yeah,
whatever
classmate
is
of
the
your-
class of Sir Pinili, I cannot,
Classmate
I'm
of
not
your
sure,
Pinili,
but classmate
classmate
po sila.
of the former DLG secretary. Tama?
Yes, Your
Oh.
Honor.
Eto ako, pagbibigyan kita, ma'am, yung sinasabi ko, diretso na ang pagsasagot.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi ang dami, pinapakinggan ko na kanina yung mga tanong. Ako nagtanong sa iyo kanina, pinakontempt na kita. Because usually your answer is maybe. Maybe yes, maybe not. Simple question. Mamaya, pupuntahan kita dyan. Okay, anyway. Now, so you confirm that tatlo kayo pumunta kay Jimmy Fortaleza because Jimmy Fortaleza is your classmate.
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Now, but of course, you deny that you talked to Jimmy Fortaleza in his affidavit na you talked to him and asked him about the operations. Pero you never tell him the time. Based on in my personal and the affidavit of Jimmy Fortaleza, you never told Jimmy Fortaleza na may papatayin. You only told him na may operations. And pag sinabi mo yung operations, pag sa pulis, marami yan. Pwedeng may mamatay, pwedeng bypass, pwede dahil Bucor facility yon, pwede ring galugat. Di ba? Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama. Okay. Now, akala ko maybe naman. Anyway, now, and also, Jimmy Fortaleza, in his affidavit, narrated na tumawag ka sa kanya. But of course, you denied it. That's why we are forced to order the NTC to submit, no? All the post, kasi kung prepaid, medyo mahirap. Unless otherwise, we still have your number sa prepaid. Can you tell us your number sa prepaid during the time?
I cannot recall anymore, Your
Okay,
Honor.
of course, you cannot recall. Diba? Pero ako, tandaan ko. Yung isang tinipuno ko, naiwan ko dun sa labas. Hindi ko na nabalikan, pero matandaan ko pa rin yung number ko. Pati yung pati yung company, smart. Anyway, sige. Now, when the incident happened, that was August 11. Tama? Yung sa Dapicol, August 11.
Yeah.
August 11 ba? Ma'am, anyway.
No, Your Honor.
Tinitingnan mo lang yung... Kanino bang dokumentong tinitingnan mo? Affidavit of whom?
This was Leopoldo Tan, Your Honor.
Sorry?
Leopoldo Tan.
How did you...
It was published, Your Honor, in the website.
It was published, so you print it out?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Now, it was August 13. August 13 po. Okay, August 13. Now, it is a publicly knowledge incident because 3 Chinese national allegedly to be drug lords was killed inside the Dapicol. Now, question. You visited Jimmy Fortaleza, malapit lang po yung time, nung pag-visit mo, no? Matter of weeks. Now, after that, did you call Jimmy Fortaleza?
No, Your Honor.
Why?
Wala naman ako sasabihin sa kanya, Your Honor.
Sorry?
I have no purpose of calling him. Wala din ako number sa kanya. So, bakit ko siya tatawagan?
So you do... Okay, sige. I will rephrase my question. You don't visit Jimmy Fortaleza after that incident?
So,
Wala.
Wala na po, Your Honor.
Oh, you don't bother to ask Jimmy Fortaleza what really happened inside the Picol? You're an intelligence officer. You're very close to the president. Nangyari yung patayan doon. Same is true with Colonel Grijaldo. Colonel Leonardo that time. That time because you're the CIDG. You didn't even bother to visit the Picol. You, especially you, Ma'am Garma. You're the classmate of Jimmy Fortaleza. You visit Jimmy Fortaleza before the incident. Now, it happens. Sabi mo, wala akong nalalaman sa pangyari, but you didn't even bother to ask Jimmy Fortaleza what really happened.
Wala akong number sa kanya, Mr. Chair.
Hindi nga. Wala
How
kang
can
number.
I call? How can I ask?
Oh, but some of
Mr.
your
Chair.
classmates has a number of Jimmy Fortaleza.
I don't know, Mr. Chair.
Oh, you don't know na naman. Pero ang sinasabi ko lang, you don't even bother to visit Jimmy Fortaleza after the incident to check what really happens inside that colony.
No, no, Mr. Chair.
Oh, kaya nga eh. Ayun nga ang sinasabi ko eh. Na nagbisita kayo, may nangyari, after that, you didn't even bother. That time, President Duterte has already assumed office. We will go in that direction mamaya. Maybe Chairman Akop will discuss to you about it. Now, next. Eto, malapit-lapit na tayo, mamas. Please, sabihin mo lang po ang totoo. Okay, now. Sabi mo kanina, January 16, you start schooling, tama? Nag-schooling ka?
January 2016, yes, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
January 2016. So safe ka. Kasing nangyari, August, because, ano yun, OSEC?
Yes,
For
Your
full
Honor.
kernel.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kailan ka na-promote as full kernel?
2018, Your Honor.
2018.
18? 16? Yeah, 18, Your Honor.
Sigurado ka? Hindi
Yes, yes, Your Honor. 2018.
Sigurado ka?
Yes,
2018 of...
I think June, Your Honor.
Parang...
June.
Eto.
It's June
Ma'am.
of 2018, Your Honor.
Oh,
I
ma'am,
retired
kasi yung
1
mga
year
ganyan
after.
sa pulis, hindi ako pulis, pero as far as I know, pagdating doon sa colonel na posisyon hanggang general, hindi malilimutan ng general o colonel na na-promote siya this year and this month. Well, in fact, even the date, because that is an important promotion for each and every career officers in the PNP. Kasi pasikip na kayo, di ba? Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh. Kasi mangilan-ngilan lang na yung mga light colonel ay sasampa na mabilis. Just like you. You're one of those privileged na promote 2018 pa lang as full colonel. On your class, ilan ba kayong full colonel during the time? Hindi mo matanda na naman. Of course, pwede ko bibigayan. PNP, please submit. Jen, si General, no. Yung sa DIDM po, pakisubmit po yung yung promotion of all class 97 from light colonel to full colonel po. Yung date and year.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please.
We will comply.
Please submit it before the next hearing.
Yes, Your
Maybe
Honor.
mabilis lang naman yan. Siguro within the week. No. Okay, I will give you until Monday. Tuesday na po. Tuesday. Tuesday.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? Before the hearing. Now, Ma'am Garma. So after your schooling, you were assigned in Cebu. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior to your assignment in Cebu, you were assigned in Davao.
Yes, Your
As
Honor.
what?
Station Commander, Your Honor.
Of
Station 1, Santa Ana Police Station.
Station 1.
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
With the rank of Light Colonel.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sa posisyon na yun, di ba pwedeng major doon?
Pwede rin po ang Major, Your Honor.
Di ba? Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, yung position mo is only Light Colonel. You were assigned in Cebu. And as far as I know, no, but of course, I can be wrong, I might be wrong, pero pag highly urbanized city, not a component city, rank of full colonel dapat, di ba? In the case of Cebu City, dapat full colonel.
Yes,
Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you're just a light colonel the time.
No, Your Honor.
Pag-assign sa'yo?
Cebu City Police, Your Honor, I am full colonel.
Kailan
ako.
kayo na-sign doon?
June yun po. June or July.
June
Your Honor.
of?
Basta I am already, na-promote na po ako. Your
Na-promote ka
Honor.
na?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ba't OIC lang status mo doon?
It has to be confirmed by the mayor, Your Honor.
Ayun. Because the mayor does not want you to be the chief of police because prior to that, you were also assigned in Cebu, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
As what?
CIDG,
CIDG?
Regional Chief of Region 7.
Correct. Kaya kilala ka ni Mayor Osmeña.
Yes, Your
Kaya
Honor.
ayaw niya, kasi kung kilala ka ni Mayor Osmeña, because the regional center of Region 7 is Cebu. The regional office of CIDG is Cebu. Most of the activity of CIDG is in Cebu. And as a mayor that time of Cebu, kilala ka ni Mayor Osmeña. That is why ayaw niya sa'yo. Because on your record during the time, napakarami pong nangyari during the time. And we are now collating all those incidents related to death nung time na yon as CIDG Region 7 at the same time Chief of Police of Cebu. Now, Chief of the CIDG ka the time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yung rank mo is Light Colonel.
Yes, Your Honor.
During the time, Regional Director can be a Light Colonel ng CIDG.
It can be, Your Honor.
It can be.
Yes, Your
Except
Honor.
for, sabi ko nga, highly urbanized city. Diba? Just like Cebu City. Dapat full Colonel.
Yes, Your
Tama.
Honor.
Now, anyway, let me proceed with, bago pumunta doon, balikan mo mamaya, your travel records. I have with me your travel records.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I have with me since from 2024 to 2012. Okay? Ma'am Garma, you're most traveled, though you're not anymore in public office.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama. Who shouldered your travel?
Some were sponsored by my cousins when I traveled.
Cousins? Who are your
sa
cousins?
States. I was invited for
Who
a
are
wedding.
your cousins? Who are your cousins?
Anne-Marie Batay. They are
From
all
where?
United States.
Okay, US.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then, siya lang? Nagsisponsor sa'yo?
Hindi pa po. Meron pa Hazel Idnay.
Comsec, please take note of all the names that being mentioned by Miss Garma. Yes, please proceed. Who else?
Yun lang po ang nagtumulong
So,
po.
dalawa lang
Yes, because I was invited to an occasion.
in the US. But how about your travel in Asia? Who sponsored it?
I paid for it.
You paid for
Your
it?
Honor, yes.
Tingnan mo, mama. Your travel for just 2024, you traveled 6 times abroad. Just in 2024. Tapos, yung travel mo 2023 is 13 times. You travel 13 times abroad. 13 times. This is a record coming from the Bureau of Immigration, Madam. You cannot deny this. Iba't ibang lugar, may Kuala Lumpur, may ano. In the next hearing, tatanungin pa kita po para at least papaunanan kita. Pero sa ngayon, ang tanong ko lang po, who sponsored you? How can you afford to travel 13 times in just 1 year? You're not anymore an official of the government. This is an official travel. Oh, where did you get? Where did you get? Ma'am? Oh, you want to have an executive session?
No, Your Honor.
No? Also, answer me. Always I set you in contempt.
I paid for it, Your Honor.
Yeah, you paid for it. How much is your ano? How much is your? Can you provide us? Are you willing to have a waiver for your bank accounts?
No, Your Honor.
No. Why? Because you're not telling the truth. You are hiding something. Ito, initial pa lang, mama. Oh. You travel 13 times? Ibig sabihin nun, more than every month you travel outside in the country. Now, last question ko, ma'am. What is, eto mama, diretso kita, what is your latest travel abroad? When was that? When was that?
Japan, Your Honor.
Japan? Hindi, your purpose of your travel.
USA, Your Honor.
Oh, USA. Now, pakiano lang, what happened with the travel?
Okay, I have to travel to USA to
Why?
to bring my daughter in the US
Why?
because of this exposure.
When was that? When was that?
28 last...
When was that?
September, August, Mr. Chair.
Eh, ang daming August, 30 days yung August.
28...
Hindi, ganito lang po, ma'am.
28...
Diretsuhin kita. Oh,
28...
your plan to travel in the US was August 28. That was the time that the squad co was already started, di ba? The investigation.
Yes, Your Honor.
And your name was already crop up.
Yes,
Tama?
Your Honor.
Oh. Now, in short, you're using that alibi to bring your daughter to the US to evade this investigation.
No, Your Honor.
No, okay. Why did... Anong nangyari? Ba't hindi ka naka-US? Ba't nandito ka ngayon?
My visa, US visa was canceled.
Why?
Hindi po sinabi sa akin ang reason why.
Hindi sinabi? You never asked?
I asked, but Japan in charge on the desk did not tell me the reason.
No. Kasi papasok ka sa US, di ba? Kasi kung hindi ka tinanggap ng Japan, that is the responsibility of Japan. But you were not allowed, di ba? To go to US because what?
It was not explained to me by the in charge sa Japan po. Kasi nung mag-check-in po kami,
Check-in for
kukuha
going
ng
to?
ticket. Kukuha po ng ticket, Japan to
I know.
US.
You
Yeah.
don't have a ticket yet.
Yes, Your
Oh,
Honor.
kaya nga eh. Kaya you want to travel to the US, but you don't have a ticket?
Oh,
No.
We
Di ba, inamin mo na eh.
No, Your Honor. Ang ticket namin is all connecting. Nung
Oh.
magbo-board po ako, para mag-check-in kami for the seat, I wasn't able to get a seat kasi nag-error na yung system. So
Sandali.
we sought the
Balikan ko
assistance.
muna.
Yes po.
So yung travel mo is from the Philippines connecting Japan to
Japan.
US.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a ticket, Philippines, Japan, US.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you sure of that?
Ang binigay po ng...
Sandali! Tatanong kita. Simple na to, ma'am. Do not
Yes.
evade my question.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
Your ticket is, as you have said, your ticket is Philippines, Japan, US.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, but you were not allowed. Yun na, may ticket ka. Sigurado ka, Philippines, Japan, US.
Ang ticket po namin is Philippine-Japan.
Kaya nga,
Your Honor.
Huwag mo nga akong lituhin, ma'am. Ang tinatanong ko, malapit ka na, ma'am. Ang tinatanong ko kanina, yung ticket mo is only Philippine-Japan. Sabi mo hindi. Philippine-Japan, US. You get a ticket in Japan for US.
Boarding pass po yung kukunin na namin sa Japan.
Ay,
Hindi po
nako.
ako nakakuha,
Anyway,
Your Honor.
do you have a copy of that?
Wala na po, Your Honor.
O, BID, DFA. Anong airlines? O, hindi mo na naman masagot. Simpleng-simple yan. It happens last 2 weeks ago. Sige nga. Kasi you're lying, ma'am.
No, Mr. Chair.
You are lying. Now, question, your ticket. Anong airplane? O, you cannot answer? Simple-simple. Something happens in Japan. No, Mr. Chairman, hindi rin ito makalusot eh. Kasi pag tinawag ko yung DFA, alam ng DFA.
Japan, I think it's Japan airline. That's why we landed
Why
in
I
Japan.
think na naman. Kanina maybe, now I think.
It is Japan airline, Mr. Chair.
From the Philippines,
I'm very sure of it na. I can recall it, Japan airline.
from the Philippines
To Japan.
to Japan, then what airlines supposedly to the US?
It's the same. It's Japan airline.
Japan Airlines. Oh, kaya nga, dalawa na, twice na. Last ko na mamaya na tanong. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, I move that dahil walang kopya daw, wala nang records, walang documents from Miss Garma, Mr. Chairman, can we ask for the documents, travel documents, with regards to the plane that was booked by Miss Garma from the Philippines, Japan, and to the US. Yeah, from the DFA po. Tsaka BID na. Tsaka Japan Airlines.
Okay, COMSEC, kindly coordinate with the Bureau of Immigration and our DFA as to the travel records of Colonel Regina Garma.
Wala. Wala bang DFA dito? And also, Mr. Chairman, can we ask the DFA the reason why Miss Garma was not permitted to travel to have an entry from Japan to the US?
COMSEC, you are so directed.
Para opisyal lang po. Kasi alam din na ni Miss Garma bakit hindi siya pinayagan. Oo, malalaman din natin,
My
ma'am.
mother's grave, hindi ko po alam,
Pero
Mr.
alam mo,
Chair.
deep inside, you know why you were not allowed entry to the US.
I cannot just say what's deep inside, Mr. Chair, because I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's your alibi, that's your defense. That's your defense, ma'am. Okay.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Congressman Akop, with the indulgence of Congressman Paduano.
Before we leave that issue in Japan, may be permitted to ask some questions?
With the indulgence of Congressman Paduano.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. It's
Please
a pleasure
proceed,
to this
Congressman
representation.
Madam Garma, nung bumili ka ng ticket,
Yes.
saan bang intention mo na pupuntahan talaga?
Mr. Chair, I didn't get the question.
Ano ang intention mo talaga nung bumili ka ng ticket? Japan or US?
US,
Okay.
US, Mr. Chair.
Bakit hindi ka kumuha ng buong ticket, diretsong papuntang US? Why do you have to procure a ticket doon sa Japan?
No, Mr.
For
Chair,
the
I
US.
did not procure a ticket sa Japan. I procured the ticket
So,
already.
stopover mo lang
Stopover lang po ang Japan.
ang Japan. And
yes.
you were not allowed to board papuntang US.
Kasi po
Ganun ba yun na nangyari?
Yes, Mr. Chair. But hindi ako makakuha ng boarding, ano po.
Boarding pass?
Yes, Mr.
Kasi
Chair.
yun naman ang kailangan mo eh.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes, Mr.
Kasi
Chair.
may schedule na flight papuntang US. Nakasakay ka ron. Stopover sa Japan.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
How many hours?
10 hours, Mr. Chair.
10 hours.
Yes po.
So, nung magbo-board ka ng Japan Airlines for the US, hindi ka na pinapasok.
Yes, Mr.
Ganun
Chair.
na nangyari.
Opo, Mr. Chair.
That is the reason why, according to records, 29 August, nakabalik ka na dito sa Pilipinas.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, can I interject?
With the indulgence of Congressman Paduano, the
Yes,
senior
yes,
deputy
Mr. Chairman.
speaker is recognized.
Tanong ko lang to kay Ma'am Garma. Ma'am, di ba pag pumupunta tayo ng US, from the Philippines, check na yung US visa mo dito sa Pilipinas. Pag board mo lang sa airport, bibigyan ka ng boarding pass, bibigay na yung 2 boarding pass mo. Boarding pass from the Philippines to Japan, Japan to Philippines.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Tama po ba?
Yes po.
So, yun po yung tanong. Bakit binigyan kayo ng boarding pass na hindi na-check yung US visa? Hindi po kayo bibigyan ng boarding pass kung hindi po i-check yung US visa.
Yes, Mr.
Normal po, routine po yun pag nagpupunta
Opo.
tayo Amerika.
Yeah,
Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Very unusual yun. Nung araw pong yun, Mr. Chair.
So, yun po siguro ang tanong ni Chairman Ako. Di ba? Salamat po, Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Paduano, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, hearing the answers of Colonel Garma, Miss Garma kanina, with regards to question of deployment, na napaka-juicy yung mga posisyon from DI, tsaka puro lahat Davao, ang assignment except sa Cebu. Tapos nag-schooling, tapos early retirement. Again, can you state when was the date or the year that you retired?
That's June of 2019, Your Honor.
June of 2019. When did you assume as PCSO chairman?
July 15 of 2019,
Oh,
Your Honor.
1 month lang. Di ba? Tama? 1 month?
15 days, I think, Your Honor.
Oh, 15 days pa. Sobra. Now, during the interpellation, Mr. Chairman, ng mga members kanina, Ma'am Garma, Miss Garma, keep on denying that he's close to the former president. Di ba? Kasi sabi mo lang lagi, maybe. Binigyan ka ng posisyon, tingnan mo. You check the record. 10 years pa yung supposedly before you retire, 10 years ka pa, but you opt to early retirement. Tapos, wala pang 1 month, sabi mo nga, 15 days, bigla ka nag-PCSO. Tapos, itong tinanong ka kanya, sabi mo, are you close to the president, former president? Ang sagot mo, because of those promotions, sabi mo, is maybe, not maybe. Now, I will ask you, are you special and close to the president, former president? Yes or no lang po? Walang personal. Yes or no lang po? Kasi lahat-lahat eh. Oh, why can't you answer? Simple lang tanong ko. Are you close to the former president? Because that's why you've been given a juicy position with, in fact, 1 month, wala pa nga, 15 days ka lang nag-retire, nag-PCSO, chairman ka na kagad. Sige nga. Yes or no? Why can't you answer? Oh, Mr. Chairman, since
Because, Mr. Chair,
Oh, why? What?
I do not...
I do not na naman.
No, Mr. Chair.
Oh, sige nga.
Because you said, am I close or special to the President?
Yeah, you're close to the president. Or special. Kasi, tanungin mo yung lahat mga classmates mo. Ako, mama, mga classmates mo, ikaw ang tumulong for the promotion during the time of President Duterte. That's why I'm asking the DIDM to submit to this committee all the years and promotion of all your classmates. Now, ang question ko ngayon, diretso na. I hope you will answer truthfully. Are you close to the President?
Mr. Chair, I'm not close. I was fired.
Okay. Okay.
Nag-floating pa nga po ako during his
Huwag
time.
mo, anong ma-floating during his time?
Yes, Mr. Chair,
15 days lang na nag-retire ka, nag-PCSO chairman ka, for all those qualified, sandali, for all those qualified applicants. Ang dami po na qualified. Why you? Why you? And though, the fact is, Mayor Osmeña is keep on insisting, kaya nag-OIC ka lang kasi he never choose you in the list. Tama? O na ang question ko ulit. Last na lang to, ma'am. Are you close and special to the President?
For me, Mr. Chair, I don't feel close and special.
Okay, now,
Mr.
you're lying.
Chair. Because...
You're lying, ma'am.
Can I explain, Mr. Chair?
Of course, explain.
You know, there was once in my career na siya ang mayor, nag-floating po ako 6 months, I don't have any position.
Ma'am, when was that?
That was in 11.
No, that
Mr.
was
Chair,
way back. Way back, ma'am.
Nag-floating po ako.
But before he became President of this Republic, you're very close to the President. Before your assignment in Cebu, you're very close to the President. Before you retire, you're very close to the former President. And now you're talking to this committee. You're telling us that you're not close to the President? That's only a simple question. Now, you deny. You said no. You said no. Oh, Mr. Chairman,
Can I, Mr. Chair?
Kanina pa kita pinapa-explain. Pabalik-balik lang tayo.
Yes.
Okay, given you were floated.
Kasi,
2011.
yes, Mr.
Oh, but after that, lahat na position mo, juicy. You can never stay. Palipat-lipat ka doon sa Davao and you will not be deployed as CIDG in Region 7. You cannot be deployed even the opposition of the mayor that time, Mayor Osmeña, if you're not close to the President. You're telling me that it's the Chief PNP? Now, kung Chief PNP, bakit nung nag-retire ka, 15 days after, PCSO chairman ka, if you're not chosen, if you're not close, if you're not special to the President? Oh. Oh, why you're not answering?
Perhaps, Mr. Chair, I am special.
Perhaps ka na naman. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, ito, ano lang to, Mr. Chairman, for the record, but I moved to cite in contempt because the resource person is evading to answer questions being asked by almost all members. Paulit-ulit lang yung perhaps mo. Maybe. Ngayon, perhaps na naman. Move to cite you in contempt, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
If I may, honorable members, I will just allow the chair first to make a clarification on the motion of Congressman Paduano. Congressman Paduano, is that a motion?
Yes. That's the motion. I move
Mr.
to
Chair.
cite in contempt. Sandali lang po, Co-Chair. Abante, give me the time because this is my time.
Okay. We will...
I move to cite in contempt Ms. Garma for lying and evading questions being asked by the members of this committee and including this representation. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, there is...
Mr. Chair.
There is
Mr.
a
Chair.
Okay, before I rule...
Before
okay,
that,
is that
sandali lang.
an amendment to the motion?
No, yes. Perhaps, please listen to my questions first before we act on the motion of my co-chair who is angry now.
Okay. So, will Congressman Abante propound questions to Colonel Garma?
Mr.
Mr. Chairman,
thank you.
I
Mr.
think
Chairman.
we have a pending motion, Mr.
No, I
Chairman.
am just
We just have
clarifying.
to,
1 minute
to follow the
suspension.
rules first.
Oh, Mr. Chair, I accede to the motion of...
Mr. Chairman, just to clarify, the violation of Ms. Garma is refusal to answer queries.
Hearing is suspended.
Suspended tayo, mga kasama. Please, respect the decision of the chairman, please.
Hearing is resumed.
Thank you. Can I be allowed to speak, Mr. Chairman, to reiterate my motion? Or,
Okay. Go ahead, Congressman Paduano.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, Mr. Chairman, I move to cite in contempt Ms. Garma for in violation of our rules, letter C of our internal rules and contempt for refusal to answer relevant questions, Mr. Chairman. So move.
Second motion.
There is a motion to cite in contempt Royina Garma for violating Section 11, Paragraph C of the rules of procedure governing inquiries in aid of legislation. Any second?
I object. Second na siya. Oh.
Any second?
Second motion, Mr. Chairman.
Duly seconded. Are there any objections?
I object.
May I know what is the objection of
I
Congressman
still have some questions to ask Colonel Garma in relation to what my good friend who is always angry to his questions.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I move to strike out the unpartnered statement of my co-chair, Abante.
I second.
Mr. Chairman, 1 minute suspension, please.
Hearing is resumed. The parliamentary status is that Congressman Paduano moved for the to cite Royina Garma in contempt for violating Section 11, Paragraph C of our Rules of Procedure governing inquiries in aid of legislation. And it was duly seconded. When the chair asked if there are any objections, there was an objection raised by Congressman Abante. And the chair asked Congressman Abante what his objections were. And there was a short exchange of statements coming from Congressman Abante and Congressman Paduano. until the chair move for a suspension for 1 minute. Now we resume our hearing, and may I know what is the pleasure of Congressman Abante?
Well, Mr. Chair, upon our discussion, I will withdraw my objection to the motion, Mr. Chair. But I would like to ask questions.
Yes, you may do so, Congressman Abante. The motion was withdrawn. Let us now proceed to vote on the motion to cite Ruina Garma in contempt. So again, it was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Congressman Paduano, what is the next motion?
Mr. Chairman, I yield to Congressman Rodriguez for the second motion. Do you want to move for the second motion? Yeah.
Mr. Chair, in relation to the motion passed for the contempt of Colonel Garma, I move that she be held in the House facility until the
termination of the hearing.
Until the committee report is passed.
Mr.
Termination
Chairman,
of the hearing.
Mr. Chairman, I have the information that the facility that we have in here right now is full of all those resource persons who have been cited in contempt. Thereby, we cannot accommodate anymore the presence of the resource person in the personality of GM Garma. Thereby, we amend our motion to put the resource person in the police facility in Mandaluyong, in the correctional facility, Mr. Chairman.
So instead of detaining Ruina Garma, GM Garma in the facilities of the House of Representatives, we will then detain her to Women's Correctional in the city of Mandaluyong.
Mr. Chair, I submit to the...
Your Honor, please, maybe...
Mr. Lawyer,
No, I'm sorry.
you're not allowed
Yes, you are not
under our
allowed.
rules. You
So
talk to your client.
she will be detained at the Mandaluyong Women's Correctional Center, correct?
Yes. Mr. Chair, I'll be amending my motion. Given the
Please.
wisdom of the Chair Dan Fernandez, I therefore move that we, in line with the contempt order he just issued, I move that we detain Colonel Garma in the Mandaluyong Women's Correctional Facility, and the period will be until the termination of this hearing.
There is a motion, so stated, duly seconded. Are there any objections?
Mr. Chair,
Is that an objection, Colonel Busita?
yes, Mr. Chair.
Can
Being
you-
a retired police commission officer, and pwede po ba na siya ay sa ano na lamang po ma-detain sa PNP custodial? Mr. Chair.
1 minute suspension.